Dave's taking it to the street. 98.7 WFGR. It is 7:16. Andy O, Dave Cackley en route from the big TV station, and we welcome one of our favorite people of all time ever in. Joanne Roehm is here from Laughfest. How are you?
Good morning. That's quite an introduction.
Well, you're an infectious person. I mean, people just like being around you. You're like
Thank you.
What's the word I'm looking for? You're like a very aggressive, go-getting kindergarten teacher. You know what I mean? You get the job done.
I'd like a shirt with that on
It's
it.
done well every time, but you've just got this cute, nice, kind demeanor, and everybody just loves having you around.
Well, thank you. I love stopping by and chatting with you.
You
So glad to be
were
here.
doing a little TV this morning for Laughfest, which is, 6 months away?
Yeah, 6 months. I know time is flying, right? Yeah, we were down at the Art Museum this morning as part of Art Prize. Gilda's and Laughfest and Make-A-Wish Foundation was down there too.
Cool.
And just talking a little bit about what we do in the community and getting people excited about Laughfest comes next.
Let's talk about Laughfest last year.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't really get a recap or anything like that with you. How did Laughfest do last year?
It was fantastic. You know, I continue to be just floored by the way this community wraps its arms around this festival. It's incredible. You know, we're averaging 55,000 plus attendees per year of the festival.
Wow.
Crazy. An economic impact of $4.6 million on the West Michigan economy this year. And that's not including ticket sales. That's people coming into town, staying, going to dinner, all that kind of thing. So we're really creating visibility and driving the economy in West Michigan at a slow and gray time of year.
Yeah.
In addition to spreading this message about emotional health and the great work that's happening at Gilda's Club.
Did you ever imagine that it would turn into this when you started it?
No.
Because you came in and it was feet to the fire.
Yeah,
welcome on board. Put this on.
It's the little engine that could, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us knew in the first year what this was going to turn out to be. But not only is the local and regional community engagement incredible, but nationally people are starting to pay attention,
Sure.
you know, and we're being viewed as one of these must-attend festivals, and it's just exciting.
How awesome is that? Here comes Dave. He's vintage 72. Dave's dropping in. We were talking a little bit about last year's Laughfest and how it was attended by all these great people, and it's growing and growing and growing. How about this year's?
It's going to be incredible. I mean, you said already, 6 months away. We'll announce our lineup sometime in November.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the big crazy morning.
Give us a hint.
Any names to
Come
throw
on.
out there?
Give us a hint,
Possible
Joanne.
names.
That I can't do. Who would you guys like to see?
I would love to get Gaffigan back here again.
Yeah.
I missed it the first time around. That was the show I really, really wanted to see and heard great things.
Yeah. Well, and he has a book out now and a second book in the works.
I've got his book, which is
Have
very,
you read
very
it
fun.
yet?
Yes.
I
it's
have
really
it. I
good.
haven't read it yet.
It's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who would I like to see as far as comedy goes? I mean, I don't want to say Dane Cook because he doesn't do much for me. I mean, Eddie Murphy's supposed to be doing a comedy tour. There's a good name for you.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I didn't know that. I didn't know he was out there.
That's a Van Andel Arena show for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
So there's a lot of talk of him doing. And you're not saying that anybody's confirmed or anything like that. We're just throwing names out there.
Nor deny anything, but
really,
no, and this is really the kind of the beginning of getting into the thick of booking. Once people know their kind of fall TV and movie schedules and are thinking into the spring, because a lot of those guys, they can't commit early because they've got so much other stuff going on. So the next few weeks is key time for us in terms of booking the festival.
You know what would be an awesome move? And something I could just throw out there for you?
Break it down.
Make the offer. See if Jimmy Kimmel will come here and do a show for a week.
It would be incredible.
That would be huge.
Wouldn't that be something to do?
Conan, I think, would do that. Conan would probably be almost more likely because, you're TBS, you're, not on the ABC, NBC, CBS.
But have you ever given that a thought? I mean, because here you've got all of these huge comics in one area at one time, and if you were to put on a show like that...
That would be huge.
Nightly. Wow.
There's other, festivals are doing that kind of thing. In the Chicago Just for Laughs Festival, they actually had 2 years ago. Conan did his whole week of broadcast
I remember that.
from there. And I had the opportunity to go and see that live, and that was a really cool experience. But I think in general, we're looking to engage the comedy community more. To your point, it isn't, the comics kind of think of it as comedy camp. They all get to be here in the same place at the same time, which they're not used to doing. Once they kind of hit headlining level, they don't see each each other anymore.
Right.
So we're going to be exploring some more things with podcasting and some more kind of live coverage with groups of comics. And yeah, I think we're on the same
you know what?
page.
I just thought of who my number one wish list would be
Who?
for Laughfest this year.
Let's see if we're thinking the same.
Cheech and Chong.
Okay, no, we're not thinking the same. But that's not bad.
Wouldn't that be awesome to have Cheech and Chong come in to be a part of
That would be
Laughfest? I think I would go nuts.
I think Norm Macdonald would
Norm
be great.
Macdonald.
His last stand-up special that he did a couple of years ago on Comedy Central was vintage Norm. It was fantastic.
You know who's a great stand-up too? Colin Quinn.
Colin, surprising. Yeah, he surprised me.
He's great.
Yeah, he's
Colin
very
Quinn
good.
is great. Well,
I'm trying to watch Joanne's face to see how she reacts
How's
to
it
some of
change?
these names.
poker face so far. I feel like you're doing a good job.
So far, you're doing pretty good. So far, I think you're holding ace king, but you know.
Well, what I love about this too, you guys, is as the festival continues to grow, it almost becomes less about some of these real big names, and more about everything else. I think people are having confidence in the festival and know that they're going to have a good time, and are more likely to go see some of the folks that maybe they don't know going in. I mean, you look at our track record with, not to place pressure on us to continue to do this, but you look at Anthony Jeselnik and Amy Schumer and some of those folks that came into the festival that people could see in very small venues that didn't necessarily know them, and now they've both got major TV shows.
They've blown. Jeselnik especially, the Jeselnik Offensive, if you haven't seen that, hysterical. That guy, he's A-list now. And Amy Schumer, who incidentally he used to date, is blown up too. So.
How do you know all this crap?
I follow good
It's
comedians.
True.
They're
true.
yeah.
Well, and it's, I always encourage people to go see those smaller things.
Sure.
You know, that's what I get really, really excited. I mean, I get excited about the Gaffigans and, the big shows that we do too, because those are always really exciting. But those small things in the more intimate venues are just a really cool thing.
What about volunteers? Are you starting to ramp up looking for some volunteers now?
We are. Well, this morning, I was just saying to you as we were coming in, it's incredible. We had 20 folks come down at 5:15 in the morning to be a part of the broadcast at the Graham in their yellow and their Gilda's Club garb and with the smiles and we have these Gilda foam hair things. It's crazy. But people down there. So we have some standing groups of volunteers that have been meeting year round, helping to plan, because they really are the experts in terms of executing the festival. They're the ones that are at the venues.
Yeah.
And then we'll put a call out probably, I think it's end of November. We'll put a call out for volunteers.
Now, I know you've been staying away from big names right now, but I just thought of another one who I know was really connected with Gilda back in the day. Big name. Yeah. It would be great to see him do stand-up again. I don't know if you do it. Steve Martin.
Oh,
that would be huge.
And he does his music thing at the Gardens.
At Meyer Gardens.
He's come a couple of times there.
At Meyer Gardens,
he's got a lot of different stuff going on these days.
Did you see your pause when you said Steve Martin?
I said Steve Martin, so I'm thinking,
you're
maybe.
imagining things.
Joanne Roehm, thanks for coming in. We're behind you all the way on Laughfest again. The work you do and the cause and what you do for the community and everything, just fantastic. So I know you got an appointment over there with Andy Rent.
Yeah.
You're going to go spread the word a little bit more.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys having me this morning.
Not a problem.
Cheech and Chong. Cheech and Chong at Laughfest. Fingers crossed. Thanks, Joanne.
Hey,